What's up, my people? Welcome to live chat. All right, I think we're going live. See, it's Colin Marc F Watson, AC Diet Coach, and I was sitting here watching Gary Vee's podcast, and he was talking about you need to be going live on YouTube, and I realized that I have subscribers that have been here on YouTube, and I haven't been here for a minute, and I wanted to stop in and say hello and apologize for that. As I was sitting here having this conversation with myself, I decided to push the button to go live, and maybe no one will ever see this live, but I was noticing that we're in this amazing world of, they're now talking about peptides, and they're talking about it in a way that they're going to change the game on how people live, the quality of life, improve their health, fat loss products. They have these, GLP-1s now are the biggest thing out there, tirzepatide, semaglutide, retinoside, Wegovy, aka, Mounjaro, all these different peptides and that are being put out there. And I realized that like nobody's talking about HCG as a fat loss product. It seemed like it's for years. It's been around for 75 years. No one talks about it. None of these experts even mention it. And I'm kind of going interesting. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me. He goes, "Well, you're not talking about it either. You may be the number one guy in the world to help people use HCG for weight loss, and yet nobody knows it because you don't talk about it. Other than people that are inside my world that come into my coaching programs or come to my website for products." And I had to really think about that. I had to think about like, why am I not the evangelist that I was 10 plus years ago? And some of you guys have been around for a long time. Some of you guys that know me and know that you couldn't even put in the acronym HCG in the internet without my name or my posts or my videos or something coming up. And so I wanted to come in here and talk about that because I think that when it came to YouTube, if you don't know, I had 2 other YouTube channels. I had a video that had 1 million views, and all of a sudden I woke up one day and my entire channel was gone. And then I did it again and my channel was shut down. And I think a part of me got a little gun shy. Now granted, I think there were some rules that I didn't know that I was supposed to follow. Like, this video is meant for educational and informational purposes only, not telling you to do anything, not telling you to use HCG, just telling you my experience with it and the experience that I've shared with thousands of people over the last 16 years. However, if it doesn't flow for you, don't do it. And there were like little disclaimers like that I didn't know that I needed to do. Hence, I was told, all of a sudden I wasn't told anything. My channel disappeared. And so as we're moving this new revolution now of peptides, and that the GLP-1s are like taking the lead in the fat loss space. And the thing is that I deal with people every day, and I deal with people who use my protocol, my advanced HCG protocol with the hormone HCG, and people on GLP-1s, and HCG still out trumps the GLP-1s by almost 10 to 1 in performance. So you could release, 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds over a 4, 5, 6 month period, 5-month period on a GLP-1, and you can lose 20 pounds in 20 days if you're a man, and 20 pounds in 45 days if you're a woman. And I figured that if no one's going to have the conversation, I'll have the conversation. And I have to come in here every freaking day and start having this conversation and listen to the naysayers, listen to all the bullshitters, tell me what I'm talking about doesn't make any sense and it's just a low-calorie diet. Well, if you're in my world, especially when I deal with majority of women that I work with, I think 80% of my clientele are women. Overweight women between the ages of 35 and 70. Majority of 45 and up, because I deal with a lot of perimenopausal, premenopausal women who are starving themselves by eating 500 to 700 calories a day of just junk or whatever. And if it was just a low calorie intake that caused the weight loss and the HCG hormone had nothing to do with it, then we should be walking around with an epidemic of really skinny people that I would say maybe skinny fat people because they lost lean muscle, but they're not walking around at 5'2", 230 pounds because their body is responding to a low calorie diet. It makes no sense. And if anyone ever did if any of these researchers or any of these experts actually did a deep dive, and I would say, don't even read the data, just do the protocol. Even if you had 20 pounds to release, follow the HCG protocol, see how you feel. You're not hungry, you're not tired, you sleep great, you feel great, and your body's dropping body fat like crazy. And I do stats by doing in-body scans on my clients where they're actually preserving and gaining lean muscle, only losing body fat, and their visceral fat numbers are being cut in half, if not by 2/3. I had a woman that came in, she was 5'2", 230 pounds. She's now 126 pounds. She had 21% visceral fat. She now has 4. She lost 104 pounds on my program in like 7 months. Of those 7 months, she went on 3 cruises. So 8 months, and she went on 3 or 4 cruises in 8 months. I mean, actively being on protocol, she was on it for a little over 6.5 months, and released 104 pounds. She gained 40 pounds of lean muscle and reduced her visceral fat down to single digits. Those are the kind of numbers in science that I have, that I can document. So I wanted to come and have this conversation, and I really wanted to encourage myself to have this conversation and get in the habit of doing this. For whatever reason, there's been a resistance. I don't know why. It's being fully transparent. It is my passion, what I do. I know that it changes life. For those of you guys that have been on my channel, I'd love for you to comment and actually chime in on this, because for some of you, the majority, when I speak to you, you say it's the only thing that ever worked for you. Now, granted, many of you came back and abused the process and did it, and now you can't even get yourself to stay around. You know, you gained the weight back because you went back to your lifestyle, and then you blame the HCG hormone for it must have caused that, when in essence, taking personal responsibility, that you went back to eating the crap that you were eating before you started the protocol that returned your body. That the story is, I tried HCG, I lost all this weight, it great, but it all came back. And so it must have been the HCG hormone did something to make me gain the weight back. And the truth is, you returned to eating processed food, processed seed oils, junk, started starving yourself again, and didn't maintain the clean eating process that you did that got your body in the great shape in the first place. Now, granted, does it mean you got to eat perfect for the rest of your life? No. But I live in an 80-20 world. I eat clean 80% of the time, and I eat whatever I want 20% of the time. And usually my weekends start with Friday night sushi every night with my wife, where I have a couple of cocktails, and then I have my sushi. And then Saturday afternoon, we have at least either Saturday evening or afternoon, we have eat out once. And then Sunday, we either maybe go to brunch, and then for the rest of the day, it's eat cleaning, and then the cycle starts again. So my lifestyle doesn't deprive me of anything, but I do have still some disciplines. And maintaining your weight is discipline, so to some degree. So I just wanted to come in here and first do my very first live. Never done one ever in the history of my time on YouTube that I remember. And I wanted to come here and do a live, see what it feels like, and kind of jump in and say, for you, those of you guys that have been subscribers on my channel that haven't heard from me and you're still stuck around, I want to say thank you. Because I have not shown up for you and dropped and delivered new content. If you want to know what I'm doing now, I'm still in the HCG game, but what I'm doing more intensely is my group coaching, where I spend a lot of time on the mindset of dieting, on the mindset of living your life, and instead of, it's not about the food you eat, it's about how you feel about the food you eat. I've done plenty of research with the clients. I do realize now that even if you're someone who's gone through the loading process, and you know you're overweight, and you go to the loading process, and if you follow phase 1 correctly, if you're a woman, you need to gain a minimum of 6 pounds, and if you're a man, you have to gain 10 pounds. That is the beginning of phase 1, like the oxymoronic reason. Why do I have to gain before I lose? And if you understand the science behind this protocol, you need to show your body where you store fat, because you're already an effective fat storing machine. But I want you women especially, and if you men experience this as well, I want you to think about this. You're loading, you're eating all the junk you can imagine. You're stuffing yourself full of food, and you weigh yourself the next morning and you only gain 2 pounds. And you go back and you stuff yourself again, and you stuff yourself again, and the next thing you know, you only gain another 2 pounds. And you can barely gain weight while you're eating everything under the sun. Why do you think suddenly, when told to gain weight and you're eating more calories than you've ever eaten and more crap than you've ever eaten, why is it that your body suddenly can't store fat? But if you go have a donut or croissant with your coffee with your friends, and you talk, you sit there, you can have the one donut and one coffee and all of a sudden gain 4 pounds. Think about it. That it's not about the food you eat, it's about how you feel about the food you're eating. Because when you're eating normally and you're thinking you're breaking your diet, you're connecting shame, judgment, ridicule to why you shouldn't be doing it. Suddenly you're given permission to eat whatever you want for the purposes of getting this protocol to work, and you suddenly can't gain weight. What I spend the majority of my clients with now is understanding the subconscious narratives and the limiting beliefs and the thoughts and the feelings that are in your body that's helping you hold on to body fat. that the protocol is only one aspect of success. That's the outside game. Doing the physical stuff like drinking water, hydrating yourself, getting good sleep, eating clean, following the protocol precisely by putting good nutrition in your body, and moving your body by exercising, getting your 10,000 steps a day. And also I have my ladies and men's strength training. So you get a toned, lean body. But we're also playing with the inside game. Emotionally, what are you feeling, thinking, and saying to yourself subconsciously that's helping your body hold on to fat? If stuff like that is something that's inspiring you, if you've done this protocol and you can't figure out why it's not working for you anymore, I can tell you it's because you don't know how to play the inside game. And if you want it to be the last time you ever diet, because you now have the fastest thing that's ever worked for you, which you know for a fact, you tried everything else. You tried keto, you tried carnivore, you tried intermittent fasting, you tried all the other things now, and nothing works faster. You tried the GLP-1, you've been on it for 5, 6, 7 months, you're having stomach problems and digestive problems, and you're nauseated all the time, and it's still, you lost the first 10 pounds, but nothing's happening after that. And if you really think about comparing it to when you did HCG, night and day. Don't blame the protocol, blame the process, blame your showing up for the process, and maybe your inability to play the inside game. Because for many of you, if you actually think about it seriously, if you compare anything you've done before or after you did HCG, it'll most likely be true to you that nothing worked faster. And the only thing that's different now is that you can't get yourself to show up the same way and follow it the same way in order for you to get the same results. So if that's where you're stuck, I'm your guy. But I'm going to be coming back in and talking about this and having conversations like this because this feels good to me. This feels right to me because I get to speak my truth because I'm passionate about this protocol because it fucking works. And it works better than anything else out there. And to actually sit by and watch all these people pimp and change and these doctors prescribing the GLP-1s and overdosing you on it to a point where you're nauseated and sick and having your stomach paralyzed, when actually a microdose of the same compound, you get better results. You combine it with freaking GLP-1 with HCG and you follow the process, fucking rock stars, man. It's nothing outperforms it. So I'm looking for a tribe of people that understand what I'm talking about and really want to tap into that. Because when I look at all the health markers that my clients have after doing a protocol, when they look at their thyroid function and their cholesterol levels and their blood sugar levels and they're reversing type 2 diabetes, and all of a sudden their doctors are going, I don't know what you're doing, but you look freaking amazing and all your markers are great. Why am I the only one having a conversation about this who hasn't been having a conversation about it? So for that, I apologize. So I will see you again soon. If you like this live, if it moved you or said anything, please leave me a comment. Give me some encouragement that you actually guys want to hear this conversation. You want to have this conversation. Leave me questions in the comment of what you would love me to talk about, what you'd like to know about, and how we can use the new age of these peptides, because there's so many amazing peptides out there, combined with HCG to get you in the best shape of your life and keep you in the best shape of your life. The peptide era is here. I'm actually in the process of opening my own telemed clinic because I want to be on the forefront of helping men and women around the world get in the best shape of their life and stay in the best shape of their life. Look, I'm 63 years old. I fucking feel phenomenal. I got lean muscle. I got, low double-digit body fat, which I'm working on single-digit body fat right now. I feel fucking amazing. And it's because this lifestyle that I've been living, this peptide that I've been using, has allowed me to reverse my body after 7 back surgeries. You guys saw me. There's videos out there where I'm like a pumpkin because I was on all these steroids and all these medications for my back surgeries, and I had to fight myself to get back in shape, and I used this system to do it. So I'm glad I did this. This feels good to me. Thank you, Gary Vee, for inspiring me to come out and do my first YouTube Live. I'll be back again, do another one, maybe even tomorrow. Much love, namaste. The light in me meets and sees and greets the amazing light in you. Peace out.